Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How are you? Welcome to Coffee and Create. I hope today is fabulous for you. Welcome to Coffee and Create. I'm Diane Pruitt, and we're here at Two Girls Treasure in Florence, South Carolina. I have my paints out. I have some stamps out and some paint inlays out, and I have some eggs, and not the cooking kind. Listen, I have spent so much money on eggs this year, it's ridiculous. And I don't mean a little bit ridiculous, I mean over the top ridiculous. We eat a lot of eggs at my house, and because we eat a lot of eggs, even when the price was high, we just ate our eggs because they're good for you. And my husband loves them, so I fix him eggs. And you know what? The price has come back down. It's still, to me, in my opinion, higher than what it should be. And Lynette and I have talked about farm fresh eggs because I love farm fresh eggs. So Lynette is going to be my egg person. In the meantime, I've always had a hard time at Easter with using real eggs to put out in the yard, because if somebody forgets where they put one, or somebody doesn't find that egg, what are you gonna do? Then you're gonna have a rotten egg in the yard. And in the South, that cannot be a good thing, like ever. That's not a good thing. We are getting near the end of our March Coffee and Create collection. So if you have not purchased yet, now is the time. If you're on Facebook or YouTube, thank you so much for being here today. I appreciate you. If you're shopping, if you want to shop, click that link that says shop my live stream, okay? And that will take you to the website where you can not only watch this video live or on replay, #replay whenever you want to. Cynthia, good morning, my love. I love you so much, and I'm so sorry. Everyone, please give Cynthia your love and your hearts this morning and your prayers, okay? She is our family. She's my husband's niece. I love her dearly. She's very sweet and precious, and she has some things right now. So please just love on her this morning. I'm glad you could be here. I am glad you could be here. But to shop the Coffee and Create collection on the website, just go to the website, follow the interactive mode. It'll show up on the screen, and you can shop all the colors. And I love you, sweetie. You can shop all the colors and all the products that we have used or we're going to use, because we've gone through a lot of things. You want to see some of the finished products that we've done? All right, I want to show you this because I measure my resin. It's fairly simple because with the new molds, Iron Orchid Designs put on the molds how much volumetric measurement you need to fill the cavity. With clay, they did put the volumetric measurements on there, but unless you have a scale handy, those measurements are just kind of like winging it. You see this? Do you see all of those? Let me get that out of there. There we go. Do you see all of those molds? I mean, from the top to the bottom, that's Olive Crest. There's some trimmings in there. Village Market. Dewdrop Pond, Monarchs. That is one entire pat of clay. And let me tell you something. That Village Market, those are no joke. That cow, we could take him to market and butcher him and eat him. He's kind of large. He's kind of a big boy. Let me show you what we have on the table this morning. So I have my standard. This is kindest regards because this is like life in and of itself anytime you're doing something really special. I have Crackle, my Crackle-Lure stamp because I love that too. And I have Antiquities. Have you looked at this new stamp set yet? It's a lot of smaller, fabulous pieces. We're gonna crack this open and we're gonna work with this today too. I also have on the bench, you know, I've got my little pencil box full of ink pads. We're gonna use those. I have my egg trays and I'll show you why in just a minute. These are so handy in the studio. I have my brayer in case I need it, but I'm gonna use my ink pads today. We have used the Melange paint inlay and we have used the Chateau paint inlay. Let me show you those. Now this is the little magazine rack. We turned from dark pine into a beautiful French country. And thanks to Photo Room, these look amazing. They have a beautiful backdrop. And we took this sweet little 1970s jewelry box and we dolled it up to match the magazine rack. So there we go. We used the Melange and we used the Chateau paint inlays on those. Today we're going to use the Indigo Floral. I love these. Classic white and blue, absolutely gorgeous patterns. So I have a few sheets out and I have the pack out. I don't know if I put this one on the collection. If I didn't, I will add it. So don't panic. I didn't get rose chintz out. I absolutely love it. I absolutely love rose chintz, but we'll use it later. And I have a couple of different pieces we can work with. How about these plastic Easter eggs? This one's taped shut. So let's peel that tape off there. This one is so cool because it has like the clear case on the front and the solid colored back. And I thought, yeah, no. If we painted the inside of this and then use molds around it to hold it closed, we could make an Easter egg looking glass, kind of the same way we made the jars a couple of months ago. Remember those? Those were beautiful, inspired by Oksana. But I think we can do this one. And let me show you what the egg cartons are for. So when you're painting, if you need to, there we go, stand it straight up, it holds it in. It holds it in so that you don't have to try to wobble it around. I'm still in my sweater. We're still in spring weather. And everyone, all right, listen. Everyone complains, or some people complain, that in South Carolina, in the South, we don't have all 4 seasons. And then they complain because they're tired of it being cold. This is spring. Do not plant anything until after Easter. You're not supposed to plant until after Easter, y'all. Did you know that? Don't plant until after Easter. And P.S., this is spring. Be careful what you wish for, because when it warms up, we're going to be on hell's front porch, and then you're going to wish we had enjoyed this more. These are funny because they lock, and I'm not really good at putting them together. But that's the golden goose egg. Those are fantastic. Nice big plasticky eggs, and look, you can use the other side so you can paint the eggs. Paint the eggs. Paint the plastic eggs. Let's do this. Let's get some beautiful color on here. I also have a little wooden egg, little bitty, and I also have a large wooden egg. That's kind of cute. Has a little hanger on it. This does not. These would look cute together. Oh, those would look cute together. I don't know if we'll get to this. I'm really digging into the plastic eggs, but we're gonna have to let these dry, and it's cold this morning, so you know what? Let's do these first. We'll let the wood dry, and then we'll do our plasticky eggs, or just the opposite of what I said. Takes the plastic longer to dry, so let's start here. Now, I have Morning Mist, and I have Bashful Blush. That's our Rethunk Junk paint. I also have our Rethunk Junk metallics. I have Rose Gold, Pearl, and Rose Gold. That's supposed to be champagne. I grabbed the wrong one, but it's okay. I have gold over here if we need it. I also have some stencils, some stick and style stencils. I have very, very limited quantities of these, but I love them, and I'll show you what we can do with them. Let's crack some paint open. I want to start with my Morning Mist. I also have some Salt Wash, y'all, because I have a brand new container of Salt Wash. Have you used it yet? Cynthia, when I need you to come here, I need you to come visit so that you can come play with crafting supplies and materials, and I can show you what this stuff is and send you home with goodies, with good stuff that you and Colin can play all afternoon. He would love some of this stuff. So if you are planning Easter and the kids are a little bit older, Ariel's getting a little bit older, and she's not going to want to go Easter egg hunting. But if I make her a beautiful collectible Easter egg, then she'll probably appreciate that a whole lot more. The first coat's not going to be fabulous. And I have 3 eggs, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to paint 2 of these in Morning Mist. Now, once I paint them and have a really good base on them, I'll use my metallics. And I believe we should be able to put the paint inlays right into the metallics. Haley would love them too. Yes. Yes, she would. I think she and Ariel would have a great time painting and crafting and creating. As I go over this, it looks like I'm getting either the gold is really coming through or the gold is just really coming through. I think it's going to be okay. We're going to tink that over here onto the egg carton to dry, and we'll do this. I don't know if the gold paint is bleeding underneath this light color, but we're going to move forward with it. When you get a bleed through, whether it's on a crafting project or whether it's on a piece of furniture, don't panic, don't freak out. It's nothing to do with my paint, everything to do with the paint that's on here. Everything to do with the paint that already exists. And there's nothing we can do about that. You can spray them and strip them, but what's the point? Paint them. If you need to, put a coat of Tough Top on them and keep living life. Just keep living life. It'll be okay. I'm going to set this brush. Oh my, I didn't get out a paintbrush cup. I have one, but guess what? It has dry paintbrushes in it, so I'll move those. Got that. I'm gonna give it a little spritz to keep it damp. I don't want to saturate it, but I want to make sure that it stays good and moist so that I can use it again. All right, I'm gonna set my morning mist to the side, move my metallics out of the way, and we'll just scooch these over. Let me see if I have the fan plugged in. I probably do. And it's cold this morning, so this ought to be a blast. There we go. Well, I'll just put it on low. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. But I do need my other egg carton. So this one, let's take out. Did you know you could use Rethunk Junk paint on plastic? You can. It works. If you want to, you can. Let's mist this one with some prep, and let's see the difference. Let's see if this takes any of the gold off so that it doesn't bleed through the lighter colors. And let's see how this one works. The morning mist, no prep. This one's gonna be Bashful Blush, and we'll prep it and we'll see what it does. And I have small eggs too. So Saturday here at the Petey State Farmers Market is the vendor event. It is the spring pop-up, and it is the vendor and artisan show. I see folks outside my door. We don't open till 10. That is why we do the Coffee and Create show at 9. I'll open the door at 10. You can get in after 10, but you can't get in before. You cannot get in before, especially if you're carrying a ladder. So we will, oh, this one's on crooked. Hang on, this one's on crooked. It's loose, but it's not. It's either not on straight or it is just glued shut. There we go. I love this color. But Saturday is the vendor event. Lots of local crafters and artisans coming in. The market will be closed to drive-through traffic. So you can come out with the kids and enjoy a wonderful day of sunshine. I know, say that all the way out loud. Sunshine. Beautiful temperatures, lots and lots of activities. And inside Two Girls Treasure, we will host an Easter egg painting game. Come in, get your Easter egg kit. These will be affordable. And sit down and paint a kit with us. I'll show you how. I'll show you how easy it is to paint plastic eggs, even the small ones, with Rethunk Junk paint products, and we will embellish them with pieces from Millets Pages. Yes, the brand new transfer set. I'll show you right up in your face. Right up on the second screen. Millets Pages, lots and lots of beautiful springtime small images, and we can paint and embellish Easter eggs. If the children don't have the patience to sit while the paint dries or put 2 coats on, then we can do some clay molds. We'll give everybody an Easter egg with a pad of clay, so you can choose your craft and you can shop while your paint dries. There we go. That is just not bad. Now I'm going to set these, probably set these on the same container because I think we have room. We'll let those dry. Yeah, they fit. tunk that out of the way. Let's get these done. Do we want pink on blue or blue on pink? Do we want to put these together? That just looks so cute. Oh, my mercy. Oh, yep, we're doing these together. We're doing these together, and let me show you what we're gonna do. I'm gonna pull the price tag off because this is sold to Two Girls Treasure. If you're watching on Facebook, thank you for being here. I appreciate you so very much. If you want to shop the collection, hop over, use that link, and hop on over, pun intended, to our website and click that shoppable link. Click that interactive mode. That's how you get to our collection. Click that interactive mode, and then you can buy until your heart's content. My fingers are in the way of the very bottom, so I'll move my fingers, and let's see if I can do this without fudging it. Here we go. There we go. All right, I love that. I think I'm just gonna keep on keeping on with the pink. And it's okay. We're gonna do a thing so it will show. I've got this. You ever sit down to do your crafting work and you just, you don't know where to start because you're not exactly sure what you're gonna do? Well, sometimes if you just sit down and do it, if you have the materials and you can vision things as you go, kind of improv but crafting, just do it. That's what I'm saying. It could be a bunny tail, or it could actually be the bunny on the egg. It sure could, couldn't it? It surely could. Let's paint this. Let's get a good base coat on here. I'm gonna pile it up. Let's get a good base coat of Bashful Blush on here. And we will stamp over this with our kindest regards. And then we'll put that on. We'll tack that on there. And we can either make a bunny tail, or we can take a mold, because we have some that would look fabulous. Let's make a little Victorian bunny with some molds for bunny ears, and then we could put the bunny tail on the little egg. It's amazing once you start creating what you can create. The trick is, and I know this is really difficult, it's even hard for me, and that sounds crazy, but the trick is having or taking the time. Just take the time. There are so many things that have to be done. Sweep the floor in a little while. Play with the babies while they're little. Give yourself a break once in a while you need it. And paint the things. Just paint them. I'm gonna hold this over in front of the fan. I want this to dry quickly. Quickly. If you're joining me, I'm gonna pop over while this is in the fan. Let's see who's here. Let's see who's here. We're on. Let me run down real quick while we're waiting for paint to dry. Our colors this month: Putty, Cotton, Grassland, which is on the cabinet behind me. Fresh Sage, which is also on the cabinet behind me. We use Tough Top. If you're a bag holder, if you're a Rethunk Junk bag holder this month, you will get a free clean top with your $25 or more purchase. If you're not a bag holder, it's okay. You'll get a free clean top with your $50 or more purchase. And I am working on getting more bags. They're just like eggs. They've gone up in price too. Where I should have been able to get an affordable bag, they've gone up and they're not affordable and pretty. There are some affordable ones. They are not pretty. I want you to have pretty bags. Free clean top. That's the special for the Coffee and Create collection in March. If you're shopping online, your coupon code for your spring Coffee and Create collection is spring. Spring. Just type that in and you'll get 10% off your online order. Your bag specials are only effective in store. Salt washes on our Coffee and Create collection. Tintable glaze, because you know I love to glaze things and Tintable is amazing. Hydrangea Kiss morning mist. We have Robin's Egg. I didn't want to use Robin's Egg this morning. It's so cliche, but I will get it out and work with it. I will get it out and work with it. We also have, let's see what else. We also have the Millets Pages. You can get 10% off that. Sea Spray, Metallic Gold, Melange, or Cotton. La Campagna, that's the stamp set. Ink or ink pads, a brayer, or the birds and the bees. I forgot to grab that one. So that is what you can get and save on with the Coffee and Create collection. And if you want to do an Easter egg this weekend, Saturday, March 25th, come to the Petey State Farmers Market and we will have make and take tables set up for you. Also, we are hosting my dear friend Leanne Tyndall. She is my 31 representative. We will have a promotional link so you can also order online if you would like from Leanne. And we're going to host a 31 party right here at Two Girls Treasure Saturday, March 25th. That is not only the vendor show here at the market, but it is a make and take Saturday at Two Girls Treasure, and it is our 31 party. I love my 31 bags. I have the totes I use for the grocery store. I have the insulated bags that I can use for the grocery store to keep my milk and eggs nice and cool between the grocery store and the country, because that's a pretty good little ride. I also ordered a lunch box. It's insulated, lined, cleans up well, goes in the washing machine apparently. Lunch box for Ariel because she needs her own, and she got it personalized and she got to choose the personalization. That was kind of neat. And I also ordered myself a new insulated bag, insulated tote, because I let my precious husband use mine. He did clean it out. I will disclaim that first. But he did muddy it up a little bit, so I am going to make sure he has that bag when he goes on the big truck on his trips. And that way, we can clean that one out, because that's a whole other level of dirty. Diesel trucks are just, they get dirty, and bless his heart, in his line of work, it is tough to stay clean. Tough to stay clean. So we're gonna host 31 right here at Two Girls Treasure on Saturday. Please come by, or you can shop online. I'll make sure you have the link on or before Saturday. All right, we're gonna touch this with another coat of Bashful Blush before I change back to the Morning Mist. There we go. A little extra on the end right there. Boom. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and put some more on the big egg. That way we can do all the things to this that we want to do, and it'll look so amazing. I could stamp the little egg and do the paint inlay on the big egg. Could do that. Could do that. Let's see. And then put a little Crackle-Ur on there. Sure could do that too. Just let it develop. Get your supplies out. Spend an hour or four, and enjoy the process. You don't have to have an absolute plan when you start. And if you get stuck, just stop and walk away from it and come back to it an hour or so later. Go get a cup of coffee. Go get a cup of coffee while it dries. And don't worry about it being perfect. Don't worry about anything being perfect. Just make sure you take the time to do it. Okay, I'm gonna scooch this back here. Wonder if I could sneak a sip of coffee without y'all noticing. And I know why this is stuck right after I opened it. Can you see the gump around that lid? I'm bad about cleaning it off. I am bad about it. I'm gonna grab this piece first because this is the one we started with. And I'm gonna tamp off my brush. I don't want a lot of moisture on my brush. Saturday, we will do the eggs from 11 to 1, children and adults. Children under 7 have to have an adult with them. It's paint, it's the things, and under 7, they don't really tend to have the attention span to do a project. So, and I know you'll be with your young'uns. So you bring those babies over 11 to 1. Of course, you know me, Sharon. I'll probably say, just leave it on the table. We'll do it all day. But we also have a lot of inventory coming in this afternoon. And my girls, I love them and they still love me, so I want to keep it that way. So let's try to keep the Easter egg painting at least until 3. We'll have the make and take table set up, and you can pay for your seat, get your kit, and you'll be able to paint an Easter egg and embellish an Easter egg, because these are fun. These are fun. And we have all the materials here, so you won't need to bring anything. As a matter of fact, we actually discourage outside materials. LOL. We discourage outside materials because we are exclusively a Rethunk Junk retailer. We are exclusively an Iron Orchid Designs retailer for molds, stamps, transfers, paint inlays, brayers, brick rollers, all the Iron Orchid Design things. We do carry some extraneous products like these stick and style stencils. And I do have, I think, 1 box left available on the shelf. I love them because they don't move around when you're trying to stencil something. They sit still. They sit still. So, we will not have all of those pieces available for you to use on Saturday, Sharon. We will have paint, we will have transfer pieces, and we will have, we will have some clay kits for the children who would really rather work with the clay. Now, we have a good, not quite dry coat on the little egg. What do you think, Cynthia? What do you think, Sharon? A bunny tail or an actual small bunny that we can use some molds to make bunny ears? What do you think? Bunny tail or bunny ears? Tell me quick, because I am getting ready to do a thing. And excuse me, the pollen requires some coffee. Talk amongst yourselves. This pollen is no joke, y'all. No joke. But coffee. The meme yesterday was that Mother Nature was marinating us in pollen, sticking us back in the refrigerator, and getting ready to barbecue us all summer long. So please enjoy that nice cool weather while we have it. I think that fan's getting to me. It's blowing the pollen all over me. All right, bunny tail or bunny? I think a bunny on an egg. A bunny on a big egg. That's what I see. What do you think? I like it. A bunny on an egg. We're gonna do this. All right. So since this is gonna be the bunny, we're gonna take our paintbrush in pink and, well, I tell you what, let me get a clean one. Since we already have the pink, let's get a clean brush. You get a good one. Ooh, I have a lot right here. All right. Lord, my arms are short. My reach is not as long as I want it to be, but there is exactly the paintbrush I want right there. And I'll tell you what we're gonna do. Let's take the pearl. Let's take our pearl. We've got pearl and we've got rose gold. Let's take the pearl. Let's take this pretty pearl. Oh, you know, we should do the pearl over the blue. We should do the rose gold over the pink. We really should. All right, reverse that. Take this. Let's do it. Let's do it. Oh, I know exactly what we can do with the pearl over the top of this too. All right, rose gold, absolutely a beautiful color. Can you see that? I love this. When you're doing your pearls, your metallics, you know those sequin shirts? And if you brush it one way, it changes color. And if you brush it the other way, it changes color. This is just my take on metallics. But if you will paint your metallics with that in mind, you'll come out with a better result. Let me show you what I mean. I'm going to paint the rose gold, but I'm only going to go in one direction. This brush is a little stiff, so I may need to get another brush. But when I brush it in one direction, I get all the goodness of the metallic. Let's do this one. I love this one. Nice and soft. All right. Tamp some of it off. I don't need all that. Let's brush our metallics in one direction, and here's why. I believe, and I could be wrong, that when you brush back and forth, you get the same effect as if you were brushing one of those sequined shirts, and you negate your metallics. Now, I could be wrong, but I've painted a lot of different things with metallics, and what I find is when I brush them back and forth, I negate my metallics and they don't look quite right and they look streaky, and I don't like that because I want my metallics to look as beautiful as they really are. The bottom of this is a little rough. There we go. And now I have metallic rose gold over the top of my Bashful blush. So I'm gonna set that to dry. Look how good our morning mist has gotten. That's pretty. That's really pretty. Now I'm gonna do something I have not done. Of course I am. I'm gonna share it with you. I think I've got a pretty good coat of morning mist on here. So let's take a piece of Indigo Floral. Let's take this piece right here. Clearly I've used it before. Can you tell? There's some paint right here. So let's see if we can get that second impression, but let's do it using our pearl. Let's do it using pearl. Metallics are more sheer than paint, but they are still paint. When Laura and Tom reformulated the metallics, they did it so it's not just an extra. They did it so that you can actually paint a piece with your metallics. So let's put some pearl over our morning mist, and let's see how the paint inlays work with metallics. First time ever. I have never done this part before. I've used the paint inlays with paint. I have used paint inlays with gunk. I have used paint inlays with Tough Top. I've never used the paint inlays with pearl. I'm gonna turn my fan off so I don't blow this away. Let's do this. Are you ready? I'm nervous. I don't want to mess it up. All right, I'm just gonna let it lay the way that it goes. I'm not gonna try to force it, and since the back side of it is not covered, I'm gonna leave it alone. I'll let it dry, but we can do that part later. Now, I'm not gonna braid this because it's a rounded surface and that's not exactly ideal. So we're gonna spritz what we know is touching the egg. All of this is touching the egg. We want to tamp that down because we want that. It's gonna have a little bit of wrinkles in it. I'm okay with that. Are you okay with that? I'm okay with that. I'm gonna grab a nice soft paper towel. I'm going to spritz it. There we go. So it's nice and damp. And let's tamp this on. Now I'll turn the fan back on so we can speed dry this, because I really want to see how this turns out. How about you? Are you excited to see how the paint inlay is going to work over Rethunk Junk Metallic? I'm kind of excited about it. So we're going to speed dry this. I'll turn the fan back on. Let me make sure I've got this laid into the paint. I did do a good coat of the pearl metallic. So let's see how that works out. Let's put this back in the fan. I'm gonna freeze myself out here. There we go. Tip my fan and put it straight on that. There we go. There we go. It is tipped up. Let's see how that works out. Now, my rose gold is dry. My rose gold is dry. I love that. It's so pretty. It's so, so pretty. Now, when you turn it this way, you see the mist spots. But when you turn it this way, it's all pretty and shiny. That's nice. Rose gold is not enough. We can do more. We'll do more in a little bit. Let's stamp this. Since we're stamping, let's do this. How are we doing for time? We've got 12 minutes. We've got 12 minutes. That gives us enough time to see if the paint inlay will work over a plastic egg over pearl. We'll see how that works out. Let's break out. What do you think? Antiquities? Because we haven't used this yet. Let's see. We can make our bunny head a kitty or a stag or a dog. We sure can, or a rose. You know how I'm crazy about roses. Let's see what we have in the Antiquities stamp set. So much goodness here. So much. I'm going to turn this around so you can see. We have the rooster, we have the laurel, we have grapes, we have a beehive. I love that. Some ephemera. We have the dog with the top hat and the stag. I love the kitty cat. We have the charcuterie pig right here. We have the lions. We have the lions with the crest, and we have that's it, the rooster. The rooster, we're gonna settle for the rooster. We're not settling. He is so cute and will fit perfectly on our egg. We'll have a rooster bunny egg, and he fits. Oh, that's lovely. All right, inks, it's your turn. Come on out. Now, what color do we want to put over our rose gold? Oh, we have green. Do we want a green rooster? I'm not real sure. I don't think I want a green rooster. We have Oceans Deep, and we have China Blue. And I kind of lean on these. Let's go China Blue. Very classic China Blue. I love China Blue and Oceans Deep. They go so well over so many things. I'm going to use my ink pad, and I'm just going to repeatedly put ink on. Don't squish it. Diane, don't squish it. I have to tell myself that because I do. I have a tendency to squish it, and then I get it down in spots where I don't even want it. I don't want it, don't need it, and it messes it up. So, there we go. Love it. Love it, love it. It'll be a nice rustic finish. All right, pick it up, turn it over, find your spot, lay it down, anchor it. This is a small piece, but it's actually not so tiny. This one can do a lot. This little stamp right here can do a lot of things. Oh, I like that. That's nice. Oh! Look how pretty. Look in the one camera. Isn't that beautiful? See, these are amazing. Oh, that's so pretty. We're gonna let that ink dry right there. And I have a brand new pack of baby wipes. Let me get that out. And let me wipe that rooster off, because that rooster needs to live a long and glorious life in our studio. That is a beautiful impression and a beautiful stamp. I love it. The rooster with the florals around. What the world did we do? There we go. Rooster and florals. That is precious. Miss Kathy, that is precious. All right, we'll put the rooster back, but keep that in mind. This is from Antiquities. It is the brand new Iron Orchid Designs release stamp set, and that was amazing. That was truly beautiful. Now, I want to do Kindest Regards, but I also want to do the paint inlay on here. I do, because look how cute that's going to look on top of that. And I will take some molds. I think we might just make 2 separate pieces here, because now this just has me in love. Look at that beautiful egg. We might leave this alone. But I want to do Kindest Regards and a paint inlay. So probably my best bet is to do the Kindest Regards first, let the ink dry, seal it, then I'll take my metallic over the top, and as long as the metallic works with the paint inlay on the egg, then we can do the metallic on this egg. Let's see what we have here. I've got to turn this fan off, y'all. I'm freezing. It is cold outside in South Carolina today. I can't wait to take this off. All right, let's give it a good spray. Remember this, your paint inlays are active paint until you seal it. So you don't want to move this, you don't want to smudge this, you want to just use a gentle tamping motion anytime you're working with the paint inlay, so that you do not shred your image. And this is not going to be a full on, because I didn't leave it on long enough, but y'all, it worked. It worked. It would work better if I left it on. What I have found with Rethunk Junk paint is that a good 30 minutes will get an amazing impression from the paint inlays. So I will correct this. How you ask? I'm so glad you asked. I'm going to let this dry. It's almost time to open, and I'm positive the men with those ladders are going to come back again. They are. I probably ought to let them in the next time they show up. They're maintenance, so there's probably a thing they need to do in here. I'm going to let this dry fully. And what I'll probably do is either A, take my Mr. bottle or my prep and spray over that paint inlay and wipe it off. Or B, I'll seal it, leave it alone, paint over it again completely with the paint color. But I think that's too cumbersome. I think my best bet is going to be to let this dry and spray it off, wipe it off, and paint again. That would be the simplest correction for that. I believe the paint inlay will work. I need to cut a relief in it. I could see where it wasn't laying down. So I'll cut relief in it, and I'm going to paint the inside of this. And I'm going to experiment with either decoupage or paint inlay, so we have a beautiful looking glass Easter egg to share. I'm in love with this. I'm in love with this little fella. Let me show you one more time up close. Isn't that pretty? I love it. Rose gold over bashful blush with the Antiquities stamp in Deep Ocean. Thank you for being here with me for Coffee and Create. You don't have to have an absolute plan. Get your supplies out and spend time. It's so much better than watching TV. It's so much better when it's cold outside than being outside in the cold. Stay inside. You're not going to have a whole lot more days that it's going to be cold if you're in South Carolina. For those of you who are further up north, I'm praying for you because I know you've got another blast of cold air and weather coming. Get out your products. Shop the live stream collection, the Coffee and Create collection on our website. Click the button where you see the shop our live stream, then click interactive mode. All the products in the March Coffee and Create collection will be right there. Use the coupon code SPRING and save 10% on any of your purchases. Bag holders get a free clean top with a $25 purchase. Non-bag holders, free clean top with a $50 purchase. It's still free. It's still free. Don't forget to join us Saturday. We have so much going on. We have the 31 party. We have the vendor and craft event here at the Petey State Farmers Market. We have a make and take Easter egg, and it's Saturday and the sun is going to be shining finally. Please come join us. Two Girls Treasure in Florence, South Carolina. Thank you so, so much for being here today. I appreciate seeing you and spending time with you, and I hope you have a wonderful and blessed week.